Coffee, bananas, furniture, clothing, all of those prices have risen over the course of the year.
5 reasons the US economy may be weaker than it appears. The US job market is way worse than the numbers suggest. Monthly job growth has dropped to around 1.7 thousand since April 2025, which would normally be a red flag. But reduced immigration has lowered the baseline, making unemployment look stable when it's really not. Revised data now shows 2025 job gains were overstated by nearly negative 60 million positions. Companies are quietly freezing hiring, and the people feeling it most are the ones least likely to show up in official statistics right now. The federal deficit is on track to hit $1.9 trillion this year alone. That number is projected to push the national debt towards 130% of GDP within a decade. Rising interest payments are eating into productive spending and crowding out investment in infrastructure, education, and healthcare. Markets haven't fully priced in the long-term risks yet. The government is spending more on interest than on most federal programs, and economists say this path is unsustainable without major course correction soon.
Americans are once again voicing their concern about the state of the economy as another year wraps up.
73% of Americans say everyday costs are a very big problem right now. Groceries, housing, healthcare, and electricity are all squeezing families harder than ever. Consumer spending looks solid on paper, but it's being fueled by credit card debt and savings drawdowns, not actual income growth. People are spending more, but feeling poorer. The gap between headline economic numbers and what families actually experience at the checkout line and the gas pump has never been wider heading into the midterms.
Historically, advertising has been about 1% of global GDP.
Most of America's economic growth is being driven by AI spending and a handful of tech companies. That concentration makes the whole recovery fragile. If investor confidence shifts or AI valuations correct, the ripple effects could be massive. Analysts are already comparing it to the dot-com era, where hype outpaced reality. The rest of the economy, outside of tech, is barely growing. Small businesses and traditional industries aren't seeing the same boom, and that disconnect is raising serious concerns about how sustainable this really is.
Coffee, bananas, furniture, clothing, all of those prices have risen over the course of the year.
Tariffs and policy chaos are quietly slowing the economy behind the scenes. New and expanded tariffs are raising costs for businesses and consumers across the board. Companies are delaying hiring and holding off on investments because nobody knows what's coming next. These effects haven't fully shown up in GDP yet, but economists say they will by the end of the year. The combination of rising prices, stalled momentum, and consumer exhaustion has some analysts warning about a possible stagflation scenario later in 2026.